Good evening, and welcome to another segment of the New Black Leadership Coalition, live here in the great studios of Intellectual Radio with the great producer, Mr. Earl Winfrey. My name is Gregory Sane, one of the founders of the New Black Leadership, and I am very, very thankful to have yet another opportunity to get it right. I want to thank from the start out the gates, Almighty God, for giving us another day of life on this planet that we refer to as Earth. We are always thanking the Creator and hoping that He deposits in us tonight a message for you wherever you might be. And we are very, very thankful to have in the studios two giants when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to being poetic messengers from God. These are messengers. You know, folks like to say it's hip hop. They call it rap. They call it whatever. But no, they are messengers from God, and God finds a way to get his message in the way he needs to get it to whomever he needs to get it. And these are two of his mighty servants right here, brother Enoch Muhammad, my brother Hip Hop Detox, and brother D.A. Smart. See, we got a smart man on Intellectual Radio.
You did. What's up, brother Sane?
What up, what up? Man, it's such an honor and pleasure to have both of you all here this evening, man. I want to just give a quick commentary, and then we'll get rolling. And listen, it won't be long, but it's on the movie, The Black Panther.
In the spirit of Wakanda.
The black, not the Negro Panther, not the African American Panther, not the nigger Panther,
Savage
but the
Panther.
black, not the Savage Panther, but the Black Panther. And it's amazing, bro. I mean, it's a lot of money being made, but what's really deep about all of it is not just because the cast or the director is black, and I know it's fictitious. I know it's just but we all in the sight of God are the real superheroes based on our nature and based on the way God made us. So every movie, you got to go and dig deep in it to see the wisdom of God. We get entertained, but at the end of the day, it's always a message in there. And white supremacy America, we talking about Black Panther. And so we have to think about what is it that the Creator wants us to see in this movie. Yet we want to, see the effects and all of that. But it's always a message in there that we have to dig a little deeper to find out what's in it for us, as black folks. But I'm proud they raking in some money. I wish Warner Brothers and Disney didn't get all of the money.
Right.
I mean, they pay the folks, I'm sure, pretty good, but that bottom line, we need all of that money. So when they start raking in, talking about, how much money the movie, how much money Disney and Warner Brothers have made. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, Marvel Comics. Yeah.
Right. Don't get a Marvel Comics. So don't get it twisted. But we still proud. I mean, we've had some superheroes. I think Barack Obama was a superhero.
Absolutely.
A little fictitious at times, but no, I'm just saying,
superhero nonetheless.
No, superhero nonetheless. No, but I mean, sometimes we look for things because Santa Claus is a superhero, but I think we have to go deeper into the knowledge of everything. Then we could decipher out of it the knowledge to free our people, the wisdom to help us to overcome some of the challenges that we have as black folks in white supremacy America. And we have to keep that out there until we change that reality. But anyway, bro, I just wanted to share that because I'm proud of the folks. People got dressed up. Folks got all, but I'm going to tell you something before I get off this air. You better get dressed up and go see a real superhero, divine superhero that's going to be speaking Sunday at the Win Trust Arena. Now, if you want to talk about a superhero from God, that's challenging the powers that be, get dressed up and go support that. So sometimes we got to lock into the reality and real folks. And that's why I tell people, I don't need reality television. I don't need no show. All I got to do is walk out the door. All I got to do is turn around the corner, go across the railroad track, and everything that somebody is acting, pretending is happening in real time. You dig?
Yes, sir.
So I don't need an app to say good morning. Just open your mouth to somebody that you see every day. And I mean, sometimes we are so impersonal now because they've programmed us to do everything. Right. My children in the car with me, they got to use the washroom. They texting me, telling me some, can you pull over?
Couldn't say, anyway, hey, Dad, can we hit that McDonald's right there?
Right, they texting because they
you in the same car. You in the same car,
bro. But anyway, man, what's up, brother? I got two giants in here. What's happening? Y'all come the way you want to come. Say what you want to say.
Well, the first thing I want to say is thank you for inviting us to the show. This platform means a lot because just in the fact of, saying intelligent and intelligence radio, I mean, it lets you know that we're here to not only speak upon issues, but we're speaking from the perspective of doing.
That's right.
We're speaking from the perspective of action being made and actions being taken so that we can take the intelligence and use it, not just kick science and kick knowledge, but let's use this wisdom and information that we're gaining. So, we're thankful to be here. And of course, DA to the smart has always been not only dropping science, but being part of the ways of using the science and using the information and the intelligence to get to our people. So, we just thankful to be here.
Absolutely.
Yep. Brother DA, I met him a long time ago. We actually have walked the same grounds in the Robert Taylor.
You know it,
48 here. And this brother, what were you at?
4950.
4950.
Vulture City. Yeah, we was in abject warfare together then.
That's right. And the projects, we proud. I mean, when is it that you're proud to be from the projects? You know why? Because we knew the real project wasn't the buildings. But us building up each other and understanding how to navigate through all of that.
Absolutely.
So when I see him and I see you and just see us, folks want to talk about the ground, and that's why we've been on the ground. And that's why we're trying to baptize all of those who claim to be activists, claim to be organizers, claim to be fighters for Black people, but they ain't been baptized. They ain't been mentored. Right. They can't go to people and say, who mentored you?
Right.
I mean, who said something to you to inspire you? I'm not saying you can't be self, but it's always a teacher somewhere.
Absolutely.
And if you cannot refer to one of these teachers out here, whatever camp, then you're questionable.
Absolutely.
You're a suspect. And you might just be one of the pop-up hustlers just out here trying to make some money off of misery.
Absolutely.
Well, I tell you this, it's a different spirit out here, and DA, I'm quite sure, can speak to it as well. When you out in the street and you out doing what you do, whether you doing the open mics like my brother does and shows, and then we both out there with the young people and those who are older. The reality is that those who may not be as politically inclined and they're not as activated as they should be or could be, the reality is that they must receive truth without boundaries.
If you were talking to,
they must get it, because if they don't get it, then that means that we're talking either over their heads or we're not talking about the issues that they really are generally concerned with because of the turmoil in their lives.
If you had your apology letter, and if you were in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, the Broward School County, and you had that apology letter, what would you say to those students, to those young people? Because it's a big deal right now. But what would you have now? Because I'm sure you would construct, or you use the same apology letter.
Well, I mean, we have to use the same apology letter because we're still going through the same thing. I mean, the first part of the apology says, I apologize for not taking care of my responsibilities as a man, leaving your mother to raise you, and me going around as a modern day slave stud and not taking care of my responsibility. I apologize to you for that. I mean, and it goes down the line dealing with everything from leadership that leaves out the poor and the homeless and the youth and the mentally ill and the disabled. But it goes through all those things that we know. There's nothing spooky about this. People make the world go round. So if we're not the ones to say we are not going to accept any more disgrace and humiliation, we're through with that. That's why I like both those characters in Black Panther, you know, T'Challa and Killmonger. You know, there were certain qualities about both that, you know, if you could fuse both of them together, you would have the wisdom and the aggression and the energy necessary to get beyond, you know, all the BS, I'll put it that way, all the BS that gets thrown out there in the name of diplomacy or in the name of we're doing work to help the people. No, you're not doing work to help the people. You helping yourself.
Absolutely.
What you say, brother D, a smart man, talk to the world. Because I'm sure you could bust out one, brother, that connects with the time and where we are right now, or just whatever you want to say, man.
Man,
I know you got something coming up.
Absolutely. Well, we got the Hip Hop Detox, the 10th year anniversary of the Hip Hop Detox. That's going to be at the Harold Washington Culture Center. You know, now at 8 o'clock, doors open. 9 o'clock, the show starts. It's at 4701 South King Drive.
King Drive.
You did Martin Luther King Drive and Harold Washington at the same time, man. We're going to do something crazy over there, and we're going to raise our people in the process. So that's cracking. This Friday. Everybody need to go to hiphopdetox.org. Get your tickets today, right now, because they selling quickly.
You gotta
so
get
them now, because this is something you don't want to miss. You're gonna see the likes of myself, D.A. Smart, the Black Terror, represent that Hip Hop Detox. Of course, my big brother Enoch. You understand? You're gonna see brothers like Kenny Muhammad.
Okay.
Hip Hop
Dr.
Beatbender. You did Human Orchestra.
Wow.
You're gonna see brothers like Dr. Groove, who've been a pioneer in Chicago forever. Probably one of the first rappers to put out a rap record in Chicago when hip hop wasn't even accepted. So, you know, I mean,
very conscious, very spiritual. You know,
absolutely, a Christian brother that's been on the front line for Black people forever. One of my mentors raised me to be Black. He a Christian, but I went to Islam, even though he a Christian. But Islam personified what he was pushing towards me more than Christianity.
I love it though, brother. That shows your horizon. That shows your growth and development. That you don't let a label stop you from listening to wisdom.
Absolutely.
They're just labels.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, he could say he a Christian, or he could say he a Muslim, or he could say he's a Baptist, etc. No. He is a man with a message and a mission. And then we all line up the same
for the people. Because we all got that in common, no matter what label we have, well, no matter what artificial label that separates us.
That's right.
We all got something in common, and that's the enemy of us all. So because of that reason, we have to get together and do something about it. We got to protect. What's the blue stuff that they was protected in Black Panther?
Oh, that what was that herb called? It was man, what was that herb called?
I got to go back and see it. I only seen it once.
Yeah, it was
an herb.
Yeah, it was something. Yeah, it was an herb. It was protecting it. Well, the vibranium is what, you know, was the element that, you know, that they built all their civilization upon. But there was a herb that they also had that was all the Black Panthers got their power from it.
Right. Remember, they bury them and put the herb in them, or they'll take the powers of the Black Panther out of them. I forget the name.
Yeah, I forget the name of the herb, but yeah.
Wow.
Be that as it may, you know, it could be used for good or it could be used for bad. It's power. You understand? And our power, our togetherness to protect ourselves and to come together and to do something about the problem that we have in this country, all over this country. Man, we need Christians, Muslims, agnostics, atheists, crazy people, crackheads, dope heads. We need everybody on this.
All hands on deck.
We need everybody on this. Man.
What's the saying? Many hands make light work.
Absolutely.
Many hands make light work.
So let's lift this building up off our back.
So in the arena that you all are in, I mean, what's the climate in terms of just the messages? I mean, there were beefs at one point, but right now, could you say that the consciousness is there? Are we winning? I mean, people might be making money. Are we winning? Are we transforming? I know that when people get the message, we're not always there to see their growth. But as far as, like, for instance, this weekend, and you mentioned, I was watching you, D, on Facebook Live. You must have had about 15 folks that are going to be there. I don't know. You named about, I mean, all kind of poets and powerful folks.
Yes.
Getting that information, getting that knowledge in there. How do you walk away? What do you do with it?
Apply it. Use it. I mean, what is it? What is the scripture, brother? Faith without works is nothing. I mean, we can know something, but if you don't do nothing about it, it's dead.
So what in your songs and your lyrics and what you do, Brother Enoch, primarily, what is it that you really are trying to get folks to do in terms of action, in terms of behavior or mindset? What is it that you really after?
It's funny you asked that. The song that we got to go ahead and get together on and finish
Detox.
It up. When we first started doing Hip Hop Detox in the very beginning, one of the producers out of Houston, Muhammad 2G, platinum producer, he did everything from Whitney Houston's last platinum single to stuff with the Ghetto Boys and other people out of Texas. He sent us a track, and on the track, me and DA, we're both on the track. And so we were laughing about it the other day because we were trying to remember the lyrics. But part of it is say, if you're having problems in your life,
you need to detox.
If your option's doing crime,
you need to detox.
When you talk, you gotta lie.
You need to detox.
All right, what's the other part, Keisha?
You need to detox.
Get you more focused now
with the detox.
Something. And then I know that when we skipped down to the verse, it was like it's the detox, a cleansing process from all the lies and the hate and the nonsense. So E&D, rock mending, all that. Speaking true to the needs we all lack. And so then we going back and forth. And then the last part we was talking about, we said we got to get back to basics. We got to face it. We got to hit that. That's the Human Music Orchestra. Yes, Kenny. It says we got to get back to basics. We got to face it. Problems, conflicts, and issues. We got to trace it from the scar in the heart to the lie and the truth. Free the victim villain cycle that dwells in you. And so we taking the science, we taking the information, and we sewing it in such a way that anybody listening, the beat is cold, but it's like you hearing something. You're like, man, that's talking about me in this way. What are some of the solutions? What can I do with this? And that's why you can't just have the arts and you don't have a culture that support what it is that you're putting out there, because your culture can either be weaponized to evolve and develop and heal and nurture, or your culture can be weaponized to kill, destroy, degrade, and make it where your children don't have a future. So that's where we are right now. And so a lot of people are feeling that transition right now. I mean, we got people, dying from cancer, right, dying from heart disease, people in their 30s and their 40s, people 16 years old,
20s now.
Playing basketball and falling out. You know what I mean? 16, 17-year-olds. Like, what the hell? And then you find out, well, so-and-so had sickle cell, or so-and-so had diabetes, and then so-and-so some other issue. So you're getting, not only the regular, so-and-so got shot, so-and-so got killed or stabbed.
Right.
You're getting all of the things that really represent great transitions that are going on. So people are really looking for that spirit of Wakanda. They're looking for that in reality. Like, how can we begin to see legacy for real, where we know that what we're doing is not just theory, but we're part of that which is going to put into practical application. So when I'm 80 years of age, if I'm blessed to be 80, I can see the fruit of the labor and what I put my time and energy into. I see it affecting the children and affecting those that were younger than me, and now they have children. I can see that when I leave here, man, we've been building. I see the fruit. That's the spirit of a lot of people that we know.
That's a beautiful legacy. I mean, when you're talking about leadership from within, that's what I hear. And then when you're talking about detox, it normally refers to cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Cleansing. So you mentioned a number of things and said you need to detox.
Right.
And I mean, when you think about the social media, and I mean, there's got to be some detoxing.
Oh, yeah.
As it relate to that, because there's a lot of poison out there. You can use it for good, or you can use it for evil.
Absolutely. And you know, with the music, with what we do every day, we want to wield influence over people to do the same thing we doing. We want to encourage them to stand up in their neighborhood and say something, speak up, do something about it, you know, and that's what it's about. And hopefully, as I heard a smart brother say one time, we like a Christmas tree. At the bottom, we all separated. If we all working for the same common goal, when we reach the top, we'll be together.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think what female poets, artists are going to be with you all that really bring it to the degree where they just shake up the house?
Let me answer that one. Number one, that I know is on this list that always shake up houses, no matter where she's at, is K Love. She kills it. I love her. Her spirit. She inspired me to go back home and start writing. When I see her perform and how she hit the crowd, it make me say, man, I gotta go write something else, boy. Go.
You don't want to come after her?
No, I do, because you know I'm DA Smart, the Black Terror. But
that's right.
I'm just saying.
That's right. Okay.
I'm just saying,
make it better.
She is inspirational to me as an artist, because I hear how she connect with the people, and you know, ain't nothing new under the sun. So I see that, and I want to apply some of what she got to what I got.
Beautiful.
Hopefully she see what I do to connect with the people, and she can apply whatever she wants to, but she's my inspiration. So I'm using her as an example to say, she's an inspiration for me to go back and sharpen my skill, you know, still sharp and still.
Yeah.
That's just one sister.
That's one. Now we got two others. and I want to say this about the two others. One of them, we met her when she was 19 years of age. Very raw. I'm talking about very raw. But she had that spirit. You know, she's from the west side of Chicago, so she had that spirit. So Miss Authentic Poetry is no joke.
Man.
Authentic is an MC. She ain't just a spoken word artist. She is an MC. She's a student of her craft. She actually teaches hip hop now in schools, because in college, university settings, because of her love and passion for it. So she's one of the hosts. She's a co-host for the 10-year anniversary of Hip Hop Detox. And then on the other side, we got a sister who's part of a organization called 89+1. Husband is Prophet Malak Yisrael, and she is Yadana the Beast Destroyer.
Damn.
That's the full court
beast
pressure. And when she say full court pressure, you know it's about to get heated, because she about to light it up on stage, and she'll throw the Kabbalah at you, bust your head with the bone of some dinosaur or something, and break everything down on a spiritual, esoteric
it's
level.
Like that. You don't want to miss this, man.
No, I'll be there.
It's coming from various angles. You know what? I'm glad you asked it about the science. People get it twisted. We got brothers and sisters who have track records with this, where they've not only been doing this kind of work and this artistry for years, but they've been able to say, well, let me find ways to get into the schools. Let me find ways to get into the neighborhoods and do work. Let me find ways to take what I do and go beyond just the open mic and go beyond just the stage. And to us, with Hip Hop Detox and any organization that wants to use art and culture as a way to connect and heal, that's your duty. That's your responsibility. And unfortunately, too many just want to say, well, oh man, that ain't my job. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get paid. In order to get paid, I'm going to say whatever the corporations want me to say. And until we begin to show that you need to support those who are determined to heal and help, to nurture, to develop, to educate, to transform, we need money too.
Absolutely.
And the sad part about it is most people, they look down on quote unquote conscious artists, because the conscious artist is not being supported by your open enemy. And that's a shame. And even with Kendrick Lamar, I think a lot of people don't understand that, about 3 or 4 years in the industry, they were going around telling people, well, conscious lyrics are in right now. And they were talking about giving you a contract or a deal, but the trick to the deal was you couldn't say you were signed. You had to come off as if you was independent.
Is that right?
That was part of the new marketing scheme. Yeah, that was a new marketing scheme.
So we losing right now, but we winning in our own fight, but we losing on the bigger scale of things.
And who's that continues to control how this goes down? When you think about it, what do we need to do to where, with all of the gifts, skills, talents, and abilities that we have and what we bring in, the divine power that we have, somebody else profiting from it, controlling how this goes down? How do we break up that piece? Or is it being broke?
Let me just put this word out on Dare to Go Right, but the first word is we got to take over our education and our educational institutions. We have to. There's no way that we're going to sit up here and change anything, and we continue to let those who don't have our best interest at heart to continue to be the main so-called educators of our children, of our people. And a lot of times we don't want people to give us the numbers. We don't want people to say, hey, if you spend billions of dollars on this, but then you spend only thousands or millions on that, then why do you expect to have power and control when the things that are most vital to us, you're not putting your resources or you're not prioritizing? So the first thing that I look at is, what are we doing to properly educate our young and to put them through those kind of programs and processes that will empower them to provide for themselves, to know how to build for themselves? What are we doing on that alone? Not to say that other things can't be dealt with, but what are we doing on that alone so that we can connect all of our resources to just that particular issue? But that's a starting point.
Absolutely, that's a starting point. I mean, that's a big issue. I mean, I think I found out a little while ago that it was a white woman over urban music. She decides what urban music get played on radio. I think she was like 50 some years old, a white woman, deciding what we hear on the radio.
Wow.
Now, if that ain't a kick in the posterior, I don't know what is. I mean, how could she know what we feel in the urban communities or in the inner cities of America? How could she know what music we want to hear? But because they have the radio and they have control of that, all they have to do is put on what they want to put on. And it's been many times where you have heard a record come out and you was like, that record is whack, man. I don't want to hear that junk. But because it played 12 times a day or 12 times an hour all day, back and forth, 12 times, they programming you.
That's right.
What you do, you find yourself by yourself singing it. Oh, I didn't even like that. Nah, that's my jam.
Right.
Been programmed. You know what I mean? So we got to do what Public Enemy said in the 90s. Turn off the radio.
Turn it off.
We got to turn off the radio. We got to disconnect, man. We got to come up out the matrix. That's on that level of the battle if we're going to do it. And then we got to create our own media where we could get the real messages that we want to spread out there. And we have to support that. Like he said in the beginning, if we don't support what we do, then we're going to continue to sell out and support what they do. And they're going to be the winners. And we always going to be the losers.
Now with Facebook and Instagram and all the other Periscope, have you all been able to reach, and I'm sure you have, some folks that you won't normally reach anyway on the radio?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I have my following, but it's not a mass following. You understand? Because it's blocked, because I'm not on GCI. Oh, you not on GCI, you ain't official.
Right.
You ain't on BET, you ain't official.
Yeah. You got to be sanctioned by those who have control. And then the problem is, like, let's give you an example. When we did the May 23rd detox at Muhammad University, the next month, the Hip Hop Detox face page reached a peak of 16 million reached. And we started continuously being able to reach that many people over the course of the last 6, 8, 9 months. And the reality is that most people are so programmed where they feel, well, man, let us get on your platform, but we want to put out that which we think the industry will accept. But we not promoting.
Girl, too much booty in the pants.
we ain't trying to promote all that they talking about. You know what I mean? Because the reality is that if we want to see something different, not only must we do that, which is different, we have to begin to look at, okay, strategically, how do we affect our neighborhoods? How do we affect our children? How do we take this following and love and say, how do we transform that to institution building? Because the reality is it's a process. That's why I went to culture. We can give you the art, give you the consciousness, the information, we give you the bars, all in the art, but then how do we take you into a culture that will allow you to grow where you say, you know what, I am going to start drinking alkaline water and eating alkaline food. Right. You know what, I am going to start supporting these businesses that, you know, Black people own that provide this, that. You know what, I'm about to start being inconvenienced because right now convenience is killing us.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Convenience is killing us. And because it's all in our culture, we do that which is so convenient, but at the end of the day, we looking around, we ain't got a damn thing that we need. Why? Because we settle for convenience. But we're going to have to be inconvenienced in order for us to come up out of this.
Absolutely. That's why they call it fast food, fast money. So you die fast.
Absolutely.
Too.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, think about this. So you mentioned Kendrick Lamar, but there are many artists out there, right?
Many.
And when we
Peace
talk
to
about
Wise Intelligent, he watching right now.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
That control. Teachers. Okay, beautiful. That control, not just the industry, but as DA said, the mindset, right? Breaking that chain. And so you always, I mean, that's always been a big thing for me. You know, we have in the new Black leadership, we know that the voices and the stuff that we saying makes sense, will help our people in every category. And then sometimes, you know, people get down on themselves because you see a certain individual and you say, damn, they got a big old following.
Right.
Man, they getting a whole lot of hits. Man, everybody. Right. But guess what? I always go back to the Robert Taylor Homes. Somebody in that playground, somebody inside of DuSable, they touched us. So, and I didn't know, I had no idea that I was going to meet the Honorable Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan. So I believe it's meant for those, and you say, well, it should be for everybody. It is, but it's strange how some people totally not interested, or they've been so ingrained with self-hatred or discontent for what's good for.
Right.
That no matter what you say about alkaline water, they're gonna say, I ain't messing with that.
Right.
Alkaline, that sounds like something to go on the battery.
Absolutely. I'd rather drink this tap.
But I
ain't died from it. My mama lived till she was 70.
But you're gonna have a whole lot that, because they like DA Smart, they're gonna say, man, D, man, he talking about something different. You know what I mean? He looking better. You know what I mean? I see what he doing. Let me listen to this DA Smart do this. You know what I mean? Styles P, he lost all that weight. What's going on? I saw Scarface in Dallas, Texas about maybe 3 weeks ago. Man, Scarface lost a lot of weight.
Is that right?
He was like telling people, man, Scarface is dead. I'm Brad Jordan.
Wow.
And he was talking about the positive movement and what he wants to be on, because he feels that some of his music may have led people astray, where they don't even take care of their children anymore because they was trying to live a lifestyle that he was putting in his music. So he's telling people, man, I got to do something different to help other people see better. He said, I ain't lose all this damn weight for nothing. I lost it to give an example. And that's what we mean by the culture part. We got to be able to demonstrate what we're talking about, because I have to say this to everybody, man. I know in our community, man, in different layers of our communities and our neighborhoods, we've heard people say this crap. You got to fake it till you make it. Man, I hate that damn
We got too many fakes already.
I really, you know, I used to hear that a lot. And I used to say, damn, man. But as I got older, I'm like, wow, that's why we can't do certain things, because people have been faking for so damn long, and they're in positions of authority that they can't do whatever it is that they're talking about. There's no demonstration of it.
Right.
So when you start telling children that other little unwritten rule, do as I say, but not as I do. Okay.
Right.
All right. So we live in a society where you can give people values, right? You can tell them stay in line, wait your turn, and everything that's supposed to be the nice thing to do. But if you live in a society where the institutional values and the values are predicated on, if you white, you privileged. If you male, you privileged. And if you get money, you privileged. And it's a hierarchical when it comes to that. It's like, look here, these are the ones who get the most freedom, they get the most justice, get the most equality. They're the ones who get a chance to live a life where they can pursue the pursuit of happiness is real for them. But if you are not under any of those, then you're gonna have to, get in where you fit in according to what you're gonna accept, based upon how you view yourself. And if you view yourself from the perspective of I'm a savage, that's what's popular right now. I'm a savage nigga. I'm a beast. Right. Then that means that I'm going to try to fit into the overall culture where I'm gonna make money as a savage, or I got to become gay. I got to become homosexual because people are accepting homosexuals more. So I don't like myself as a black person, but hey, if this will get me more acceptance, I'll be whatever gets me accepted.
You got to be less threatening. You don't want to be.
You got to be less threatening.
So you want to be more feminine.
Yeah.
You want
show
to
a lot of teeth.
Right.
Whatever it is, I got.
If you heard a beat right now, DA, and you, brother Enoch, and it was a beat that in your mind, in your heart, and you were talking to the people, do you just bring it like that? Sometimes just go with it?
Yeah, off the top, all the time.
Give us one off the top.
I need a beat.
You need a beat?
No, I don't need a beat. I don't need a beat. No, I don't need a beat.
Hold on. Let's get a beat. He got a beat. I want him to get a beat. Cause and
he gonna find something.
He gonna find some of his beat.
Yeah, we could have beatboxed too.
Yeah, you want to do it? You want to do it?
Okay.
Earl looking for Grandmaster
Flash. Easily to do it. That's what I'm saying, Joe. That's why I'm rocking right here on Intelligent Radio. I'm DA Smart. So check this. All I really want to do is give them the message. Now they take it and use it and ingrain their brain. And all of a sudden, the stuff they do, they abstain. It's the same thing. It's like a long train. You could get to your destination as if you know, man. This how it be. I'm here with Greg Sane and Enoch, baby. We on this intelligent train. So listen to the name, because this is my aim. I want to end all the wars with all the gangs. I want to end all the wars that's in your brain. I want my people to stop acting like they're insane. I want them to maintain and do their own thing. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let's get it on, man. Easy.
Easy. Easy.
That was cold, man.
Just like that.
Just like that. Was that recorded? No.
It's on live. Is that live or is that Memorex?
Hey,
we were just getting started. It's gonna change the beat.
Yeah,
yeah, all the time.
I mean, I love it. And I mean, it was relevant. Absolutely. And that's why I said that, because that's who you are, brother.
Yeah.
Relevant.
Yes, sir.
And it just comes natural. And it's out there, man.
Man, this is what I've been doing ever since I've been in Robert Taylor. I started off rapping about people, talking about them like I talk about people's heads, their face, their nose. And then, people be like, yo, DA, battle him, talk about him. And when I saw that they wanted to hear me, and when I had went to my children's mother's house, and her mother had a tape of Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Black Family Day. I had stole this tape from her.
Good stealing. I mean, probably stole something worth. Look, probably stole something worth something.
No. Absolutely. I took it home just because I ain't never heard nobody speak like that. So I had to listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And because I listened to it over and over again, I made up raps like Black People Ain't Prejudiced, We Just Mad, Lost and Found, Message to the Black Man.
Oh, I love that one.
Things of that nature. And that caused me to go downstairs in the Robert Taylor with a different message. I started rapping about that and getting bigger crowds, because it was more than just me talking about somebody dirty shoes or somebody ugly jacket. I was actually talking about something that made sense to them. Man. And it was interesting because it was different. It wasn't the same that they were used to. And that is what encouraged me to stay in that lane, because right after that, the little children in the neighborhood was falling in love with me like, DA, man, I want to be there with you. Which caused me to start an organization in the Robert Taylor at the time, BOI.
That's right.
Boys of Islam. You know what I'm talking about? That's so, that's the work.
No, let me say this also.
I love that.
It also influenced other artists, because see, when I first met DA, I met him in a rap group and we saw him perform. We was at Chicago State. I'm on a mission. Yeah, on that blue that black quarterback, but was blazing. Bro. We was looking like dude cold.
Hey, Barbara Bates made that, man. I was in there.
Barbara Bates.
Brother was in a video with the Temptations. You know what I'm talking about? Absolutely. He had a video with Molly Gibb 227. He had a commercial that was going on at that time.
Is that right?
So we was watching. He was like, this dude is cold. And when we heard black people ain't prejudiced, we just mad. We was like, you know what? This the dopest artist we've been seeing. I don't care who. I mean, Big Daddy Kane and all them was performing and all that. Like, this guy right here from Chicago is cold. That was in 1990. I didn't meet this brother till 91, I think it was.
Yes, sir.
And when we met, it was like, oh man, you just don't know. This is how the Most High worked, you know, because I was at that time drinking 40 ounces and eating pork. So I'm seeing this brother, you know, like, man, this dude is cold.
Now, were you all at the what we call at the beef meeting at the minister's home when we brought the East Coast and West Coast?
Yes, sir. I was there.
Right. That was
there with Ice Cube and Common Sense.
Yeah.
You know, they squashed their beef. It was some
Fat
East
Joe,
Coast, West Coast
Fat
rappers
Joe
there.
And Common
Ice
head of the
T.
thing.
It was a lot of people there. You know, yeah, I was there definitely. And
it's kind of interesting. Did you find that beat? No, you done, right? You got to do one before you leave out.
Absolutely.
Man.
So just give us an outro beat.
Because the message to the black man being Black Panther is what we need right there. Because I know if what you said then in the Robert Taylor is organic. When we talk about alkaline water, we're talking about lyrics. We're talking about words. We're talking about divine scripture, because that's all it is.
Absolutely. Well, I would tell you this, in the spirit of Wakanda, I think the black people ain't prejudice is the ultimate, because one of the things that I got from the movie, it made you to understand that if we had been left alone, it gave you a picture of our greatness, and that's just a glimpse.
Right.
You know, because we know about them flying planes. They're on the Medu Neter in the pyramids. They show that all day long. But if you don't know that, you're thinking that this is the only time we ever flew.
Absolutely.
Because we were cut off. So black people ain't prejudiced, to me, is like, you don't need a beat for that. That's the ultimate. And we went on tour with the minister for 23 cities. Right before we started Hip Hop Detox in 2005, the minister took us on a tour with him. And we was in them streets before the minister asked us to be on tour. And he's like, come on tour with me. Wow. And that's one of the songs that was always performed in every city. And when you all hear this, remember on the 23rd, this Friday, D.A. Smart, the Black Terror, the legendary one, will be at the Hip Hop Detox 10-year anniversary, and he's going to be there with The Gift. Wait till you hear The Gift.
You understand?
You ain't heard nothing yet. Wait till you hear The Gift this Friday.
And it starts at what time?
Starts at Doors open at 8 p.m., starts at 9 p.m. And if you want to get your tickets, we got a few left. www.hiphopdetox.org. Make sure you go there and get your tickets. And if you come to the door, we got a few seats. It's $20 at the door. So get your
tickets in advance, baby. $10.
Can you give a little volume?
Oh, that's one.
Look at him. He know me over there.
Go louder.
Is this the beat or the song? Is this the track? Oh, okay. Now what you want me to rap about?
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, you all been listening to the New Black Leadership Coalition here live in the studios of Intellectual Radio. And listen, I am blessed to be in the studios with my main man, Detox Hip Hop Enoch, and D.A. Real Smart.
Yes, sir.
Right here. Thank you all for coming in, man, and blessing our community and blessing the world with messages that count, that mean something, brother.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, D.
All right. Look, we gonna end it here. We gonna be strong and have no fear. Let these words into your ear. Don't be weary, just stand right here, be near. And let's be men and make sure we rise, because we gonna rise again. Even though we down low for a little bit more, Once we up on top, we even the scope. Listen close to the man that represents the GOAT. I'ma be that way until I'm 6 below. That's for sure. I'm always on a mission. Like I'm here at the Black New Leadership Coalition. DA Smart is fishing. I swear up and down, I'ma get there. It doesn't matter who's in my way. I'ma pave my own way till my dying day. This my brother Enoch, he down with DA. Hip Hop Detox is gonna stay that way. Everybody know DA Smart, that's my name. I'm here with my homie, Gregory Sane. We out of this thing.
Boy, DA Smart, New Black Leadership. Hey guys, make sure you share this. Detox.
Detox.
Say hip hop, y'all say detox. Hip hop.
Detox.
Hip hop.
Detox.
Hip hop.
Detox.
We said hip hop.
Detox.
Hippity 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 hop.
Go. Diggity 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 detox.
It's Friday.